Good morning, everybody. And One Ace with the 30 months. Thank you so much, One Ace. Sorry I'm late. You know, just out here ruining AoE again. The Toes already won a game. What the heck? My God. Mr. Potter. 10 points from Gryffindor. Alright, let's get this set up. Alright, good morning, everybody! We are back, and we will have Sito, apparently up 1-0, in the yellow as the Spanish to the southwest, and to the right next to him in the purple as the Poles. It will be Vinchester. And already, this feels very good for Spanish. Super close rush distance. Poles want a long rush distance, man. That said, you have some resources right here, and Sito really doesn't have a whole lot nearby. DC's coming up a decent bit faster, though. Well, the Nomad start doesn't really matter. Spanish don't build their starting TC faster anymore.
See?
I think there's probably a re-involved somewhere. Also, the repeating audio. I was recording stuff, as I might be able to even get out my my History of Civilizations video tomorrow. I'm working hard on it. Yeah, do not blame Vinch at all there. Putting a lot of effort into it, guys. I hope you like it. Hit or miss? I mean, I like it. I think it's a pretty good video. Even though I cringe whenever I have to listen to my own reading and voice acting, so to say, voiceovers when recording. I'm the kind of person who's never satisfied with anything that I make. It's like I always want to do something different or better. Hello, woman pleaser. You want a job hunt? Nope. Other than slowly spiraling into self-hatred and despair. That's always a fun one. Oh boy. Here we are, guys. Game number 2, part 2, attempt 2. It will feature Zetnus here in the yellow as the Britons to the west of this archipelago-looking map-ish.
Ja.
And Winchester is going to be here in the purple as the Vikings here on the eastern island. Immediately, so much gold, over double the starting gold you normally get. And actually over triple the starting stone as well. So many resources, holy cow. Trees have plenty of wood on them. Yeah, I think Viper won it. I will not be woofed at by a dog. I refuse. I ethically and philosophically disagree with getting woofed at for an oatmeal bowl before I finish my oatmeal. I'm excited for KOTD. Yeah, why not? Some people say they're excited, some people say they're not excited. I enjoy KOTD. You know why? Because it's not all hybrid maps. But it's either that there is going to be another Thalassocracy Cup. It was random civs, literally the Hera stream tournament. Thing with KOTD is I feel like it works best though if it's a shorter tournament. That way people don't have time to get bored of Arabia. This tournament... What? What? If they're planning any big naval rework, guys, I am not in the loop on it at all.
Win.
Dravidian Scouts never mess with the Dravidian Scouts, guys. I mean, unless they're talking about the Chronicles stuff, but... I guess Thalassocracy Cup? Anyway, both players look like they're off to reasonable starts. Villager counts are the same. Resources collected are about the same. Got another boar coming in. Oh, you are running out of boars over here, though, for Zetnus. I would not be opposed to fiddling around with the Navy stuff at all. Chronicle stuff? They might take some things from Chronicles. But I doubt they're going to take everything. Because again, remember, CA and Forgotten Empires are completely different. So they might take some ideas, but not all of them. Next month? Oh, wow. I guess we'll have stuff to do then. Oh, I will say, though, that... My cousin's wedding is next month, so I'll be gone for one of those weekends. With KUTD? Exactly. Fish boom map. No, but they should have announced a Rage Force tournament. Say, oh yeah, let's get our favorite naval map back. Game 1, oh my god, Game 1 was literally the best game I've ever seen, man. Good eye enjoyer. It was so good. All of the stuff happened and the things, and yeah, I definitely saw Game 1, I promise. So much stuff and things. And oh yeah, guys, I didn't see game number 1, I woke up late. Toxic Sludge? Because this is the Yellow River water from, Three Kingdoms. I don't know why the Yellow River is yellow. Probably has to do with the, algae or whatever that's in it. Freshwater ponds, oh my god. Alright, both players are up. Around 40 seconds faster for Vinchester, but 7 fishing ships to 6. New Borderlands worth getting? Oh my goodness, let me tell you. Let me tell you, I freaking love the game. I already have, like, what? At least 80 hours in it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, you think that the rapids would be everywhere with all of the water hills. Is it similar to 3? I think the writing is significantly better. The gunplay is... Like, Borderlands 3 gunplay was good. Borderlands 4 takes it to the next level. Yeah. The movement is great in Borderlands 4. The legendary drop rates feel actually rewarding. Literally the only thing that sucks is the UI, which, yeah, it sucks. But everything else is great. King of the Z by Z. KOTZ. Leveling system? Oh yeah, the side quests actually are all really good. At least all the ones I've played. Means vomit? Oh! That's great. And I'm not just saying that because I got a free version of the Super Deluxe Edition or whatever of Borderlands 4. Oh, man. I feel a little bad, but at the same time, I really don't. But I'm like, yeah, I'm a content creator. Yeah, I made content for Borderlands 4. I promoted the game on my online media platform. Just give me $130 version of the game and all its content. I mean, guys, that's why it never hurts to ask. 2 weeks pay worth? Okay, I mean, I make more than that in 2 weeks. But for Twitch, that's actually somewhat close to it. Oh man, Ludicrous Man, of course, one of the OGs. Thank you for the 75 months.
75? I can feel the 100 months approaching.
I can feel the 100 months approaching. Thank you so much, Ludicrous Man. Anyway, galleys are galleying around here from Vinchester. Of course, this is a map that galleys would be quite good on. 8 fishing ships still to 7. But Seto is almost to the Castle Age. And Britons themselves have a very good navy. So although Vikings are like, you know, the naval of naval civs, Britons are still going to be very competitive. And they also have very good shore defenses and can push well from the land. So do I favor Vikings in general? Yes, by a little bit, but... It's hardly unwinnable for Britons. Also, a very historically relevant matchup as I am watching the show Vikings. Yeah, the civ picks are random, which makes it more fun. Siege Workshop coming in. All right, 13 seconds to War Galley. I will say War Galley is like one of the most painfully slow researching upgrades ever. I don't know about you guys, but War Galley is the upgrade that feels like it takes the longest to research relative to I need it right now. That and chemistry. Well, chemistry does actually take a very long time to research, but
Yay.
again, in the realm of I need it right now. Anyway, TC here. The DauT. Homie? There you go. Would be fast. I mean, the Warg Riders in Battle for Middle-earth 2 are certainly very fast. And they have that howl thing that just boosts their attack by 50%. It's pretty good. Yo, absolutely. I don't actually think it needs to be changed. It's just, you know, something that you experience while playing. Even if, like, you understand in your mind that it really, like, that is how the balance should work.
Yay. Granted.
Well, the Siege Workshop is coming in here. DauT looking to keep up the pressure. Defensive Siege Workshop here for Vinchester. Also, I like both these civs, man. And I'm not just saying that because I've been spending a ton of time playing 1.0C recently. Just like, you know, they're two good civs. Two good, balanced civs. Although I miss having Vikings with thumb ring. I was recording some Vikings background footage, and I was making some of those thumb ring arbs, man. Pretty feels good. Is the new underpowered? Yeah, seriously. Well, Bosaw coming in now for Vinchester, and of course you do get that free handcart, but without any farms. It's actually like such a good eco bonus for Vikings in particular, because it helps them out a ton on land maps and doesn't really do all that much for them on water maps. Like, there are these little design choices and bonuses that just make so much sense. And it's amazing that they thought of them back in the day. And to a degree, they do exist with the new civs as well. I mean, you can give Forgotten Empires their flowers when they earn them. But it's just wild to me that they actually were able to make all that, these, I mean, good design choices way back in the day. It's like, Vikings, they need to have one of the best ecos for land maps, because otherwise they just don't have enough bonuses. But they also, you can't have an eco bonus that makes them even better on water. And the free wheelbarrow and handcart have been exactly that. Anyway, galleys are still sailing around. Good civs? Yeah, who would have thought? I mean, AoE 2 was still pretty rushed towards the end. It's amazing that they actually got the game out and it was, you know, as polished as it was. Oh, that was a good demo hit, and Zetnus going to be taking a very good fight here. Second TC coming in from Vinchester. The villager numbers are even, but right now, it is all about the numbers, Mason. By wheelbarrow and handcart? The thing is, fishing is usually kind of a moot point by the time that you get research wheelbarrow and handcart. Anyway, Vinch taking some very good fights here. He's got the longboats out. And Zetnus feels a little stuck. I mean, Vinch is certainly doing his job here on the water with Vikings. Got up to Castle Age a good enough time to be able to compete with his opponent. Moot point. Hey man, I'm not one to just throw around the word moot. Oh, you hate the heavy camel research time? Yeah, it's another upgrade that feels like it's coming faster, coming faster, coming faster. Yeah, no. Basically 1 for 1 still. Revenge grabbing horse collar. And yeah, hello, why don't you say hi? And another dock coming in here from Vinchester, and he is cruising. This is northeastern England, circa, 800, guys. Oh, a Fodler paragraph. How lovely. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, that hurts. Does my voice sound... I guess it sounds different. I mean, I'm not ill. Although it feels like my eyesight's been kind of weird recently, and I haven't been able to see as well as I normally do. I'm a little worried that's because I spent so much time staring at a computer screen all day. But other than that, I'm fine. Physically. Not emotionally. Well, here we are, guys. We're playing Ragnar. Oh, man. This hurts. I mean, it's just so much of the map is bombardable from the shoreline. Yeah, Eastern can certainly be painful. But is it there? Are you barking at my parents again? He's so happy, though. I did not see the first map, Gendo. The most epic games? I don't know, sometimes I feel like my games are pretty awesome. But then again, my games always kind of end up a mess, so maybe that's why. Like, I guess I don't really play, and I think this is honestly true of Fodler as well. We don't play many, like, super clean meta games. Those are both very good demo hits. Anyway, Castle coming in here as well. Uh-oh, guys, we're gonna establish the Dane Law! Oh, the Dane Law is coming in hard. A game has to be pretty epic if you remember it when it ends in Feudal Age. Like back to losing 4 villagers. TXT meta. Yeah, textbook meta, that's Fodler. Alright, defensive castle here from yellow, but Vinch is already on his way up to Imp. Oh yeah, I guess that one ended in Dark Age, technically. Got some elbows on the way. Got ballistics and careening coming in, though. Oh yeah, that's right, it did go to Imp. Hello, Bloodless. But yeah, Imchester should be well on his way to clearing this game number 2. Yeah, it was the first Wandering Warriors. Back when we still had backed in the community, man. Back was a fun player to watch. Because he actually did have some very good early execution. But then there was like a while in the game where he was kind of like just okay. And then like you get to post Imp Trash Wars and then he'd become like one of the best players in the world again. Enough eagles. That's wild. Anyway, GG called. Til Bardiga. Right, we're all tied up. And that hurts, that's true. All right, 2 minutes, and we'll be getting here into game number 3. Usually interesting, indeed they were. Game on his stream? Oh no. Deservedly so. Guys, I'm tired. It's a good thing I didn't stay up late last night playing Borderlands 4 after watching the football game. That wasn't me. I hate when they get emails that says job alert, and I'm like, and then it's like, oh, here are some more opportunities. Here are some more things you can apply to so that we can deny you. Arabia tournament? Honestly, I don't mind at all KOTD. I enjoyed Sax Cup. That had some good matchups, but that was also random civs. Maybe I'll be less hyped if it's more predictable matchups over and over again. Yeah, the Sax thing was fun with the random civs. Anyway, guys, what I don't know if there is no way across the... Wait a minute. Oh, guys, we have 2 civs that are awful at pushing in late game on a map that it's incredibly hard to push on. Oh my goodness, guys. Are you ready for a 10-hour game? Woodlines? Yeah, I mean, obviously, I hope that we have good, girthy, meaty woodlines. Also, the Shoe Eagle Scout. Indeed. We're gonna have a nice, cozy time. The thing is, like, you will still need a navy, most likely, and Shu have a good navy. I mean, Mayans also have a decent navy, but they don't have cannon galleons. I mean, in fact, they have everything other than cannon galleons. Shu don't have, what is it, fast fire ship? Yeah, they don't have fast fire ship, but they have everything else. which means that Lochuans could be a very real thing. Yeah, the Bears didn't play this week. And the Ravens didn't play this week either. But you might be thinking, Ornlu, the Ravens did play this week. No, they didn't. Trust me, I watched most of that game. They sure didn't play. Oh my god. Oh my god, 1 in 4. Yeah, it's rough when 54% of your salary cap is injured. Yeah, that's a fun one. Including your leaders at all 3 defensive lines. Our D-line leader injured. Our linebacker and overall defensive leader injured. Our defensive back leader injured. Our star quarterback injured. He's always seemed to do so badly. I mean, like, nominally the Ravens have had a lot of success recently. It's just not getting over the hump to the Super Bowl. A toutes. Do their original players fit? Yeah, injuries suck in sports, man. Anyway, I am pretty sure... Yeah, you can see Vinch is like, okay, yeah, I'm not really able to access my opponent easily. You can see the eagle scooted around over there. But yeah, this is definitely walled off. This is definitely walled off. Are War Chariots good? That is an interesting question. They're definitely very good against feudal age units. So you can go FC and use the War Chariots, and they are pretty good. Are they good in the late game? No. Their DPS is pretty solid, but you still run into the issue that they have the heavy siege armor class, so they just get obliterated by onagers and bombard cannons. You need to definitely cut that tree over there, and then maybe 2 trees over there, and then I think you're through technically, yeah. Hello, Imperial. Way? No, you're the shoe, you're not the way. That said, I'll always like Mayans more than Shu because I feel like Mayans are a well-designed civ. I'm not going to name any names here, but I feel like one of these civs is a bit better designed than the other. Yes, the Scorp cut would be very strong here. But yeah, they can't even attack each other on the water. This gold will certainly be very important to control in the late game. This stone doesn't really have that much stone on it. The Scorp cut was a bug, that if you deleted the Scorpion, its projectile would cut trees. Is the shoe? Get out of here. Anyway, gonna come in here with the forward dock. Shoe Eagle? Yeah, it should. That's not something that's, like, specific to a civilization. Anyway, dock coming in. Except, Vinch is going to be up to feudal age much faster anyway. He didn't go for a pure fast castle in the same way that Sato did, so this is going to be kind of a fail. I mean, it's going to be a fail in that the forward dock doesn't do all that much, but Sato still is going to have a much better eco anyway, so it's fine. In fact, Vinch is going to look to do the exact same thing. And it's Fire City. It's Fire Island. That's where, Oh my goodness! He blocked the mills with the fishing ships. Oh boy. Well, the dock is denied, so you know what? Mission accomplished. Or the civ, yeah, I mean, I think technically, like, they're shadow upgrades. Alright, one of Sato's bills does go down there. Wait a minute. He doesn't have any resources. Oh, whoa, Sato, what is up? Okay, well, that's just kind of a late uptime then. You know, you think when you get up at like 30 pop, you're gonna be going FC, but it seems like Sato did not properly estimate the eco balance. I mean, again, that's not like, oh, Sato is such a noob, but you really, it's hard to say on these maps how much food you have to work with. As fish, yeah, Vinch's Pond has a fair amount of fish in it. Sato's doesn't. Sato still has a lot of oysters, though. That said, I'm not too sure how much of an advantage this is going to be in the long run. Oh, we got a demo and a fire ship in each dock. More ships coming in for Winchester, so he is not underreacting. He is thinking Sato's committing to this, which he is. Sato's still 4 bills ahead, all things considered, though. Resources collected are basically even. No horse collar, though, is a little sad. Sato getting housed. Kaboom! Yeah, still not enough. Well, as things stand, Vinch is still much closer to Castle Age. Demo's gonna come out. Might be able to hit both, but it'd be pretty close. Pairs are coming in. Mediocre. Meanwhile, the ships there are slowly growing in number. Market coming in for Sato, but so far, this really is all Winchester, despite Sato's resources lead. Gonna get the docks out. If he really wants to, he can fish away over here. Again, there aren't that many extra fish. And you can still fish boom, so... yeah. Oh yeah, this map, like guys, these are two of the worst civs at pushing in late game. On a map that is very difficult to push. This game could easily be an hour and a half long. Trubin versus Andre? We only have 274,000 wood to get through. Yeah, Mayans should be pretty bad in the late game here. The only thing is that Shu are really bad at pushing themselves, so it's kind of hard. Like, the actual fights are going to be pretty bad. You can sail on top of the oysters, can't you? I guess he just gets a couple there. Yeah, you can sail on top of the oysters. Like, how are Shu supposed to push Mayans with their cheap walls and, you know, 7,028 HP castles? Anyway, let's see if Finch is going to be buying some stone here. I feel like it makes a lot of sense should he choose to do so. Also, what's the actual scouting like? I think they should know. Traction traps? Yeah, just use bombard cannons, man. Easy. Looks like Finch is recognizing the size of the pond, so he's going to be building a dock over there so he can continue to fish boom. Siege Workshop incoming. Champ Onager. Mines don't get champions. Oh, for Shu. Yeah. Oh, you could totally do that. I think that White Feather Guard Onager would be better, but... yeah. Bombard cannons? Well, we'll just need to wait for the new expansion for that. Bosaw coming in, and TC's 2 and 3 on the way for Sato. Oh, Sato certainly much more interested about getting his eco rolling here. Versus Eagles? They probably are still. Just the White Feather Guards are chonky. Well, mangonelling away. But Vinch is only on 1 TC still. I mean, he is fish booming, so it's not like he's going to be falling behind an eco yet, but still. I wonder if he's thinking about a fast Imperial Age. Or faster Imp. Well done there to Vinchester and to Sato both. Whoa! I thought for sure that'd be the kill. Oh, beautiful micro from Vinchester. I mean, the wood isn't super high. And fast Imp? I would have to imagine so. Sato did not win the Mangonel War. I would say this is a decisive win for Vinchester, but, you know, I'm a noob, what can I say? Yeah, I kind of like Vinchester's approach here. Keep up the aggression. He's gathering stone, grabbing gill nets. The chicken suit man is chicken suit manning away. Beautiful. Of course, the annoying thing is that it's going to be really, really annoying to push over here because it's like there could always be a dock lurking in the side, and then you get some kaboom boom ships. One Mango is going to go down. Fire is going to go down, though. Can reestablish another dock, and Vinchester is keeping up the heat. Oh, boy. Nicely done there. That's what I'm saying, like, the demos, man? I mean, again, it's good micro here from Vinchester, all things considered. Imp shouldn't be too terribly far off. Meanwhile, 4 TCs for Sato. He is ready to play for late game. Yeah, that demo doesn't look too impressive at the moment. War galley in. And he's actually going for a war galley. And yet the food is not super high here for Vinchester. Okay, there's the castle, can be placed in the middle. Good hit there from Sato. Shu Mangonel. Dude, you just screwed yourself. Not the camels! Yeah, now you need to replace the castle, if you even have space for it. Okay, looks like he does. Yeah, the camels have food on them. Very aesthetic. It looks very campy. Okay, Vinch is gonna add another TC, but actually he's still ahead in resources. That's wild. AM expansion, nope. And I have honestly no interest in doing so. Well, he's trying to use the castle to take control of water, so he needs to make sure the castle does protect the water. Alright. There you go. Imp is on the way, and will still be up significantly faster than Sato, who's only just now taken a resource lead. And I mean, he is going to take a huge resource lead in the long run. But, the momentum. Good onager. He could. And he's got good food income with all the fisky. Whoa! I thought he had way more fish traps than this. Okay, this could be pretty rough, actually. Okay, yeah, he's gonna need to add in a lot more fish traps. Relic situation, by the way, on this map. That's a tree. Only 3 relics.
Actually, AoE Rooster, all of the rocket cart civs also don't get onager? Come on.
Got some plumes coming out. But, I mean, it's just gonna be so freaking hard to push, guys. No cannon galleons. Yes, the rocket... well, the heavy rocket carts can, you know, the onager equivalent. This game would be significantly easier if you had a naval siege unit. They opened Zebra. What? Backyard. I mean, in theory, you do have the outposts here on the side from Sato, which I love. The bra. They opened the bra. What? Yep, he's coming in with Siege Workshop. I love it. Trees? Yes, they can. But it's still a very slow process. The T-port's coming in. Alright, 2 mangonel shots do not kill a transport. But I don't really see this doing a whole lot anyway. Oh, nice micro, though. Racer being in is a big help. I don't know if the plumes can get the kill. There, the demo gets a nice hit. And, I mean, that might still technically be cost-efficient for Vinchester, but it sure isn't exciting. For trans... Do they have beards? Are they fat? Why do we have to live in the timeline where we have our leaders give speeches about how you shouldn't have fat people or bearded people in the military? Especially when we have a fat butt in the Oval Office. Anyway, we have Liu Bei! Guys, what are the chances that Sato thought Liu Bei heals siege units when he very much does not? Alright, there's Onager. Yeah, I'm thinking that a traction trap cut would be way too slow still. 9/11 a year ago? What happened? Was there some sort of anniversary thing? I don't really remember, to be honest. Another dock incoming. Both these saves do get architecture, by the way. Masculinity? I really don't get it. He predicted 9/11? Ah, well, yes, of course, naturally. So... Well... Traction Trebs are doing Traction Trebby things. Well, the repairs are coming in now, and this push is looking good. The thing is, even if you cut on this side, you don't really have anything to run around with. I mean, you are a slow civ. And Scotty doesn't know. Watch too much Ornlu? What's that? Okay, there is a castle coming in here defensively, as Vinch adds in another TC. Do Trebs auto-target traction Trebs? I don't know, actually. I mean, I imagine they should. Recommended you John Slow? Oh, no. But do Trebs auto-target other Trebs? I'm not sure they do. Don't they only auto-target buildings? Alright, it's the counterattack! Launch a counterattack! Oh, they do? Okay. It's amazing how little I know about this game. I mean, like, objectively, I know a lot about AoE 2. Like, a lot. And then, like, there's still so many things I don't know. Well, I will admit, this is kind of a weird counterattack. Okay, here comes the villager reinforcements. And the traction Trebs can stall for, you know, as long as they need to. It's just, here we go. The res destroyed? Definitely in favor of Winchester, but a lot of that's going to be buildings. So it's a little hard to say. I mean, yeah, just no upgrades at all for Sato. Siege Engineers is going to be a good one, though. Well, traction Trebs are traction Trebbing. You do have the archer upgrades coming in, and of course they are nice and cheap for the shoe. And Vinch is going to need to scramble together to figure out some sort of defense here. White Feather Guards are getting wrecked because they don't have any upgrades, and now the Eagle Warrior upgrades are coming in, and here's Liu Bei! Oh man, look at him with his two gigantic swords. Doing his swordy thing. Anyway, bunch of castles here. Sato's at max pop. Finch isn't there yet. Sato's 10,000 resources ahead. Finch still missing a lot of upgrades. Sato is getting there, and he has the HP regeneration. To be fair, you can control almost all of the wood on the map with water control, which could make things really awkward. Anyway, no repeating bolt yet. That's the name of the upgrade, right? I think it's repeating bolt. Bolt magazine. Darn, I tried. Yes, bolt magazine orbs are very good, although I don't know if they're good enough against plumed archers. Like, plumes, I think, should still be better. Anyway. No El Dorado in yet. I mean, they're still Elite Eagle Warriors plus 4 defense. Like, they're not bad units. And here are the plumey buddies as well. That's a lot of arrows, and the plumes are still missing some critical upgrades, like plus 4 defense and elite. Army value's a lot higher here for Sato. Honestly, you can still fall back a little bit more. I think Vinch is being a little too impatient at the moment. I mean, El Dorado or elite. Yeah, okay, there's elite. Some building HP upgrades would be good. I mean, the traction traps are still so bad against buildings, man, relative to how much they cost. Good old mass Nori is on the way. Literally all of the Nori. Alright, elite plumed archers in. Ring archer armor going to be in as well. Now remember, guys, you don't have all the gold in the world to play with. There's also a siege workshop here to the west of the map. And another castle. All the galleons are destroyed. Wow. Sato doing a great job here. Alright, castle's coming in, but the plumes are almost... Well, they don't have thumb ring, but they're almost kind of fully upgraded. Bolt magazine is in. Got the fully operational plumed archers. There's El Dorado, but again, you don't have that much gold to play with. There's still 21,000 on the map, but I guess you don't have that much access to it. You got 3K left over there. Got 550 left over there. 400 over here. Of course, traction trebs are very good at sniping trebs. Fortified wall coming in. Oh my god. And there we go. That castle has fallen. Oh, don't lose the T-port. Oh. Okay, well, the Eagles survive, but yeah, this is what you did not want to let happen. Those traction trebs are doing so much. It's such an annoying unit because like, traction trebs either feel way too good or awful. There is no in between. They just don't feel good. Yeah, the distraction, though, from Sato has been great. You're getting there with your Eagle Warrior upgrades, but you're not there yet, and having none of those HP upgrades for your castles really is going to slow down the, or it doesn't slow down your opponent when you need to. Alright, here we go. Eagles are here. The white feather guards are white feather guarding. Oh, Sato has all 4 relics. How did that happen? And Vince just immediately taps out. Sato, taken game number 3. I mean, he was ahead by 10,000 resources. That's obviously huge. No way to stand up to the Shu late game. Vince tried with the faster Imperial Age, but it was just way too tough to push on that map. But you can see way more of everything collected there for our Shu player. The Shu was on the other foot. The map gen? Oh, I mean, it's not a great one for sure. Yeah, how on earth are you supposed to push the relics there? I mean, he either needed to imp faster or needed a better economy. One of the two. Ugh. Oh, Sito joining the lobby. Or Tato joining the lobby. He's ready to go. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get some more coffee. I'll be right back. They still have not started the... And then they immediately start the game. Oh, this is a fun one. All right, 30 seconds. The date I went on? Oh, the one I went on a couple weeks ago was the classic, oh, I'm not ready to be in a relationship. Like, why are you making me drive an hour each way and buying you lunch just to get, sorry. But I'm used to it. Whoa, this is weird. Out of her league? Yeah, sure. Ornlu has sent many a like on Hinge over the last week. And I've got nothing. Why go on a date if you're not ready for it? To be charitable to these young women, I think it's a matter of a Scythian wild woman. What? What I meant to say is it's a matter of you don't realize until you're on the date. You know, and you have that sense of, you know, realism hit you. On the other hand, the non-charitable view would be that it's just, you know, these young women looking for attention and not wanting to commit. Obviously, I can't speak as to what goes on in their mind. But I'd rather not think the worst of people. Yeah, I got distracted by the Scythian wild woman, okay? It happens. Do they have any bonus damage? Nah. I think they count as infantry. Wait, they're cavalry? What? Wait, what? Yep. And they even have a cavalry armor. Guys, the Scythian wild women take 1 less bonus damage from pikemen and camels. I'm gonna go with not hot enough to hook up with because, you know, I've been on the Tinder as a secondary dating app, and I've never once, you know, somebody I've swiped left on is matched with me.
Okay.
Yeah, literal horse girl. In Masume in AoE too. I don't know, like, it's one of those things where I think I'd be a good boyfriend. I mean, I have, in my opinion, been a good boyfriend, but I don't know. Maybe my profile isn't good enough, although my profile was in part curated by Ellie, so... Oh, it's Uma Musume? Oh my goodness, my Japanese is failing. To get hobbies? I do have hobbies. I play AoE too all the time. Yeah, the problem is I don't really have any good venues to meet people outside of dating apps right now because I live with my parents in the far, far suburbs. So, like, there aren't... I don't live near a bunch of other young people. So, like, all the dates I go on are usually just, like, in Chicago. But that's, like, you know, an hour away. But yeah, I know lots of people are struggling to find dates. Cold approach? Ah, yeah, that'll work out great. Just YOLO it up. Just walk down Michigan Avenue with a giant purple fur coat and a large brimmed hat and a walking cane. Just full-on pimp mode. That's exactly what women are into. Anyway, so DauT clicks up. It's Burmese Teutons. Great cloud matchup. They start with a bunch of watchtowers. I mean, there's nothing really been much to talk about so far. Finch has edited a few more fishing ships. Wow, thanks, chat. I always know I can rely on Twitch chat for the best dating advice. Yep. It's like 4 lakes, but with 2. And also you start with 4 watchtowers. Oh, it's the Scythian wild woman lure! Guys, do you think if we bring her 6 of our villagers, she'll make it worth our while? Keep them away, oh yeah. Well, we have Horse Collar coming in for Sito, but I don't see any military buildings. I mean, it would be hard to pressure in this sort of map with all the watchtowers around your base. And yet, Vinch does have a barracks. Yeah, she's a hero unit. Got the regen. Garrison? That is a good point. Yeah, no, the Scythian Wild Women are hero units. Monk Civ? Yeah, the monk play from Burmese is not going to be as good, but I also don't want to be Teutons dealing with a Rambai. So I don't think it's, like, as simple as that. In fact, I'd hate dealing with a Rambai as Teutons. There we go. Sito sending 5 vills over to stone now. Seems actually quite a lot. 6 vills now, 7 vills. I guess he's kind of close to clicking up, but he doesn't have any of his buildings yet. Meanwhile, blacksmith and archery range coming in for Vinchester, so probably recognizing that a Rambai are likely going to be in his near future.
Yeah.
4 fishing ships in total versus 6 fishing ships in total. At 300-ish more resources. That's Vinchester, actually. I think he has too many vills on stone and not enough on food early on. Oh my goodness, guys. Peak AoE right here. Tragic. Why did that fight have to end? No, because she's a cavalry unit. She's an Uma Musume. Oh, wait, she did get the extra attack. What? But she's not an infantry unit. Unless her armor class isn't congruent with her unit class. Yeah, it did say 4+1. Huh?
Pace? Ja, bereit. Pace?
All right, now I need to check the genie editor, man. Guys, this is too confusing. I mean, hero stats are often very weird. Anyway, crossload bodkin coming in here. Hey! Burmese have great voice lines. Anyway, yeah, it really does seem like something's off with Sato. Sato's build here.
Hey, yeah.
Nope! No X. Well, that's, the bonus specifically is barracks and stable units, so that makes sense. It's not infantry. Okay, so Scythian Wild Woman. Yeah, the graphic is Joan the Maid. Has the Cav armor class. Oh, I don't know if where it shows unit class. Mm-hmm. Actually, it doesn't show unit class now that I think about it. Oh, class. Oh yeah, here we are. Class infantry. Yep. So it's an infantry unit that doesn't have the it has the infantry unit class, but not the infantry armor class. Man, if I was paying the slightest bit of attention to this game, I would be surprised by the fact that Sato's 3 TC booming here. But honestly, it's fine. You're on 10 fishing ships. There's a siege tower coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the genie editor. That'd actually be a good AoE 2, that'd be a good video, guys. Like 10 weird hero facts in AoE 2. This is not a drill? No, not Mongols. Yeah, it's like the meme, like, siege towers, so hot right now. Up. Finch, don't leave us behind! Remember, only infantry units speed up siege towers, so the archers are keeping the same movement speed. Anyway, Finch himself is adding in the extra TCs. But yeah, Sato's defense is fine so far. Okay, there is something wrong with Finch's hotkey here. Oh, is this in time? Yes! Just in the nick of time. A hero siege tower. No ballistics. But as things stand, Sato's eco will be better over time. Eco upgrades are identical for now. Got another watchtower coming in fact. Yeah, Sato's cruising here. 12 fishing ships to 10. I don't think it's in the game anymore, yeah. Whoa. Like the unit's just like teleported with the siege tower. Unloads before? I don't think so. I'm not sure, honestly. I can't say I have used siege towers a bunch. Alright, castle coming in here. Sato is still working towards those Arambai. Relic count is, by the way, 8 relics. Okay, that's plenty of relics. Gil nuts coming in now for Sato, and also very little gold on the map. Guys, there's, at this point, around half the gold that you normally have. And stone is also, at this point, a little bit less than a regular map, so not that many resources here. So those relics are going to be critical. It's playing siege towers, yeah. Well. Remember that, although you can garrison in and out of the siege towers, they did change it so that units reset the reload time every time they go into the siege tower. To prevent, you know, shoot, jump in the siege tower, shoot, jump into the siege tower. One of the Phosphoru exploits. Except Fire Lancers? Oh, really? That must be a bug then. That was absolutely needed. Oh, pretty good hit there. Oh wait, no Arambai have been trained so far. That's a little odd. You are going to need to push out of your base here sooner or later. Gold isn't going to last you much longer. You do have some more stone in the back, though, which is nifty. Although not much. It's only 137. That would be fun. Do you know how annoying that would be? Do you know how horrible that would be to play against? Oh my goodness. You just literally can't kill the archers as they just shoot out of the siege tower. 2-ton archers? Honestly, this is one of those situations where it absolutely makes sense to go for crossbowmen. You don't want to just be going knights, or infantry, or even monks against the potential for a Rambai. Although, obviously, you will need to transition into something else later on. Probably siege. Ornlu with stretch. Still no ballistics, mind you. And more ranges. Okay, that's a little weird. Yes, Vinch is closer to Imp, but with a worse eco, just like in the last game. Although, unlike the last map, this one is much easier to push on. Though, to be fair, any map that isn't named Michi is easier to push on. Actually, Michi might be easier to push on than that last map, because Michi doesn't have water on it that you can camp with ships. Closer? Closer. Guys, I'm not drunk. We're just closer to the Imperial Age.
Yeah?
Oh, the Scythian wild woman could get after the monk. Alright, 5th TC even coming in for our Burmese player. Decent attack round there. Gets 3 more archers. Sato does. And remember, there are 8 relics on the map, which helps make up in some ways for the lack of actual regular gold guard tower incoming. I mean, honestly, you have a bunch of towers. Why not? You know what, guys? Actually, you can garrison the crossbowmen in the side towers and do pretty well with Teutons. It's not something you see all that often, but some of the more creative players out there do that. I guess I am calling myself creative because I've done that before. Kill Arambai? Crossbowmen are better against Arambai, generally speaking, at least, especially in lower numbers, than knights are. Although, once you get to high numbers, then you really do want to... Skirmishers at a bare minimum against Arambai. They're a very scary unit in large numbers. But again, these two civs both feel balanced, which is to say we very rarely see either of them in regular tournament play. Hey! Oh, 8 dead villagers here. Guard tower's in. Oh, guys, do you love the Central European Guard Tower, or do you love the Central European Guard Tower? Oh, this is very well done from Vinchester. But Sato is doing the classic, I don't know what to make with my Civ right now, so I'm going to make Knights. Look at that spike, man. I mean, the Teuton and Viking Guard Towers should specifically get anti-aerial bonus damage against airborne attacks with the spike. Prevents enemy helicopters from landing on them. Alright, Cavalier and +4 defense. Remember, you do have Monopore Cavalry, which is a very powerful upgrade now. It is +4 attack versus ranged soldiers, which is anything that gets the... that benefits from padded archer armor, leather archer armor, and ring archer armor. Used enough? Absolutely. But, like, legit, guys, garrisoning archers and then eventually hand cannons in Teuton Towers is a real legit strat. Because of the double garrison space. Oh, we're going to be looking at Cavalier, of which there aren't really as many as you would really like there to be, as well as a bunch of Teuton archers, which also doesn't feel especially exciting. So neither player's really making an ideal army composition, but Sato's army is at least closer to what we would consider ideal, and he's still ahead in resources, but he doesn't have the map control. 2 one-hit bombard cannons. Well, you'd need, what, 3 extra arrows? 4 extra arrows. No, 3 extra arrows. So, I think 2 or 3 hand cannons. Anyway, here you are. Cavalier don't have any attack upgrades, but, or I guess they only have forging, but that doesn't matter because, again, you're looking at Teuton crossbowmen. Beautiful cleanup here for Sato, and Vinch could end up getting eliminated in this game. Well, forced down to the losers bracket. This is still the first round. Krebs are nicely walled in, though. And you still nominally have map control as Vinch, but this is pretty painful. Like, yeah, your Cavalier and then eventually Paladins would beat the Burmese ones, but you're so far behind in resources at this point. And you still don't even have ballistics, man. That hurts. Classic Pro? How so?
Hey, yeah.
I mean, again, no bracer and no ballistics is a big Sag moment. If only Teuton TC still had more attack, guys. Classic Pro? Well, you know, Classic Pro, Vinchester, what's the difference, man? Come on. Listen to what I mean, not what I say. Yeah. Guy Sato is looking good here versus Vinch. Pikeman's coming in. And every single tech switch right now is just one step ahead for our yellow player. Classic Chester. So Classic Chester would just be Chester, England, right? This is looking pretty darn over. Vinch was just not prepared for Imperial Age, guys. Did not fish broom as much of it as his opponent. Look at that, 6+5 held. And like, yeah, the Teuton cavalry is better in a head-on fight against other cavalry, but it's still not going to be good enough. How many? 6 TCs right now for Sato? Jeez. Yeah, you're not going to be able to go Cavalier hand cannon easily. Not on a map that doesn't... It only has 11k gold left, actually. I mean, even with 4 relics, this is one of the most expensive army compositions as you could reasonably go for. Honestly would like to see handcart, though, from Sito. Even though he's not farming that much, it's still an important upgrade to have. And there's Monoport Cavalry. Lose? Yeah, but it's not like Burmese are a busted OP civ. This is just well played from Sito. Able to weather the pressure from Vinchester, and Vinchester himself didn't have a good enough plan. That said, you kind of run out of Cavalier at this point as Sito, which you do need to be careful for. I mean, Vinch is only behind by like 10 pop. Although, of course, we have to look at like the map control, the momentum in the game and all that. Only 2 TCs right now for our purple player. He can ill afford to replace lost villagers. Teutons, that they are, but we haven't seen a single Arambai all game. Remember, guys, Monopore Cavalry is a real good upgrade. It, you can see, 4 anti-archer bonus damage, and Cannoneers are archers for the purposes of armor classes. So it's like you get a double blast furnace against the hand cannons, which is pretty good. Oh, it would have been potentially very different if the crossbowman had got in, but when you're using siege towers, it's always a risk, right? I think that whenever you go for a siege tower, you just have to accept that it's a little bit of an all or nothing play. In towers, that probably reduces their DPS versus the Alps. As much as I love those sorts of plays, now is probably not the time. And now you're going to start to wall in Vinchester, which people have gotten a lot better at doing these days. Hussar and plate mail armor both on their way. Sito with 41 vills on gold to 24. Now, Vinch is grabbing siege engineers. He is getting a bombard cannon on the way. I don't think he has ironclad, though, which would be nice. No ironclad. Villager shanking down a light cav, but only after it gets 8 villager kills, as Sito has killed 42 this game. There's handcart finally coming in. I mean, to be fair to Vinch, he's gotten to Cavalier plus hand cannon. The upgrades are slowly coming in. But now your Teutons on the back foot, which is not generally the best here, as there are going to be a lot of different areas to defend, and your opponent's going to have a bunch of Hussar in the near future. Well, I mean, he already has some, and they're fully upgraded for Burmese, and Burmese Hussars are quite solid. Oh boy. I mean, the hand cannons are obviously going to be getting a ton of value versus Halbs. But it's can Vinch hold on in all of these different locations? I mean, Teutons are one of the best defensive civs in the game, and you have a bunch of gates coming in here as well to create a bit of a choke point. Funniest random, probably the Scythian Wild Woman, because we learned that the Scythian Wild Woman takes bonus damage from pikemen, but gets the Burmese free infantry attack bonus. It's hard to argue with that. But anyway, here come the Hussars, guys, and this is that 7,000, almost 8,000 more resources manifesting itself right now. That is not a successful quick wall. Yes, the Teuton Halbs are awesome, but you're gonna get run over right now as Vinchester, even with his higher army value. Elite Arambai is also incoming. Arambai, Halb, Hussar, very, very good combo for Burmese. By the way, Vinch still doesn't have ballistics. That's rough. And, I mean, Sito, right, knows the weakness of Teutons. You need to make it a more mobility-oriented game. You never generally want to fight the Teutons head-on. By the way, a little bit of a sneak preview to the video I've been working so hard on. The History of the Civilizations video. I couldn't find any direct source of why the Teutons were designed to be like this super slow, plodding, grind you down defensive civ, but I did see that the original devs, I think it was Greg Street, who said that they wanted Teutons to playstyle to be a foil to the Franks, you know, the other half of Charlemagne's empire, because that's the lens in which they were really looking at the civs originally. So it actually works out because Franks are, by their design, to be, you know, an aggressive and mobile civilization, whereas Teutons are designed to be the exact opposite. So that even in the original iteration of the game, as everything there does get mopped up, honestly, you have Teuton, or you have Franks that actually work as both the counterpart to Britons and Teutons, which is honestly pretty neat. Again, it's just like telling history through gameplay. Why I'm making those videos. Anyway, guys, Halbs are doing work. Your Rombi were depleted in number, although they're not gone. In most scenarios. Again, spoiler alert to the video that it will hopefully be ready tomorrow, guys. I've been working many, many hours. The thing with Franks is that they specifically did not give them a cavalry unique unit because they already thought their paladins were amazing, and because they wanted Franks to, again, they wanted Franks to be a flexible civilization. So they wanted a unit that would complement the paladin as opposed to compete for the role of the paladin. Which throwing X-Men absolutely do. Anyway, Arambai are Arambaying super hard. When in doubt, Arambai it out. Flexible. Franks being flexible has a lot to do with the fact that you have a good solid eco. You can go aggressively or defensively, especially, again, originally Franks. And then you have good cavalry, and you have gunpowder, and you have the throwing axeman unique unit. And again, in general, you also had pretty good siege. So Franks were originally a flexible civilization. It's just, again, power levels change over time. And the Frank tech tree went from, again, being flexible to terrible. Also, Franks, in their origin, had even better siege, because Franks originally had siege rams, too. Anyway, the Toe gets the win there. Finch just falling way too far behind in the eco. 2 games in a row, actually. You can just see so far behind in resources. Yeah, Sato looked very good. I mean, Sato and Vinchester both kind of bounce around like that top 12 area. I'd say that both Burmese and Teutons are generally worse than the average civ. But they're balanced against each other. Ignoring Bloodless, what did I do? What did I ignore from Bloodless? I'm sorry if I missed Bloodless's important message. Oh, Viper versus DauT now, guys. Oh, boy. Wait, why is Ornlu a wolf there? Whoops. Although it is appropriate to have there for Viper. Right. Stream title. Is Viper German? Viper, I'm pretty sure, still considers himself Norwegian. Until Viper asks me to list his country as Germany, I will keep him Norwegian. Alright, so I don't see them in the lobby yet. Does Viper speak German? Viper's German is very, very basic. His English is much better than his German, for instance. Well, hopefully they're ready. Um... Okay, so Dave doesn't have anything set up yet. Predictions? Viper 3-0. Maybe 3-1. But Viper usually has DauT's number. We'll do a gritty. Oh boy, we're back to beards. Alright, so unique unit has a beard, has access to Parthian Tic Tacs, and has Bombard Cannon. Team bonus affects land gunpowder units. Unique tech gives extra melee armor, and has access to a building that shoots arrows, excluding the TC Castle and Watchtower line. Okay, this one's probably going to be the most restrictive alongside this one. There's like I think a siren test going on, and it's very weird. Shoots arrows. So, donjons, harbors, fortified churches. Armenians work here with their warrior priests. Georgians work here with Parthian tactics. Krepos, yeah. And Malay work here with harbors. Okay, unique tech gives extra melee armor. This can be Teutons. This can be Burmese. This can be... Okay, unique extra melee armor and unit has a beard. Also, hello. Has to be Franks? Well, Throwing X-Men have beards, but they don't have a unique tech that gives them extra armor. Bearded Axe does not give you extra armor, unfortunately. What What is it, little corgi? I guess the chakrams don't have beards. For some reason, I thought the chakrams had beards. Tiger Cav, I don't think have beards. Nope, Shrivanpas don't have beards. I mean, this is Turks. Camels? Well, I mean, it has to be a unique unit. It only includes, does not include unique upgrades to generic lines. Burgundians doesn't give you extra melee armor. It works a bit more differently than that. The Celt bonus also affects bombard cannons. But they don't have either of these things. Oh yeah, way work for the Xianbei Raiders. The Bulgarians is just faster researching blacksmith. Portuguese have text research faster, yeah. So that works. It doesn't work because there aren't any upgrades to research. Big Bazo with the 10 months. Thank you so much, Big Bazo.
A hit, a fine hit.
Spanish? That's not a team bonus. You just generate extra gold from trade carts and trade cogs. That's not a team bonus. That's a unique tech. Teutons we already have here. Jurchens. Jurchens work for either of these. Isn't there team bonus gunpowder units +2 line of sight? I'm like pretty sure it is, isn't it? Yeah, gunpowder units +2 line of sight. Oh, they don't have Parthian tactics. Whoops, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. That's right. They have ring archer armor, but no Parthian. I knew they ended up with missing one of the armor upgrades. All right, so team bonus that affects gunpowder units. Mongols team bonus is extra scout line of sight. That is not applied to the gunpowder units. Yeah, Turks do work here. They do count as part of gunpowder, but they do not count as a land gunpowder unit. So yeah, we could technically move Turks over here one. But then we'd have to think of another unique unit that has a beard. But I need to think of another team bonus that affects gunpowder units. Man, this is a tough one. I did not think that this one of all the things would be the toughest, but there are very few team bonuses that affect gunpowder specifically. No, Spanish does not directly affect land gunpowder units. Oh, okay, here we go. You just put Spanish here. Then we put... Turks here. Oh, wait, Teutons don't work here. Then we're still missing a unique unit that has a beard. Celts don't have gunpowder. Except non-elite cannon galleons. Poles? A beard? I don't think so. They're all solvable. Would Armenians work here? No. Light, yeah, but that's not a gunpowder unit. Yeah, but longbowmen don't have a beard. But yes, it would affect hand cannons. By getting more damage. But it doesn't affect the units themselves. Is the thing. I don't think the Woads have beards. Right? No. But I don't think Jurchen's works, is the thing. No, it doesn't. Bearded horses. Well, the land part is what makes it a challenge. Koreans have extra villagers line of sight. It should spoil. I mean, if you have it, go for it. Wagons have beards. The bearded wagon. Ketons? Oh, I mean, yeah, the DauT doesn't have a beard. Wait a minute, no, hold on. There you go. Got it. That is a tough one. Goths! Yeah, because of the Fire Lancers. Best working barracks applies to Fire Lancers. That is a tough one. Wow. Yep, Fire Lance is very much our gunpowder. That was a good one. And in all of that time, we still don't have a game. It's not about do Goths get Fire Lancers, it's does their team bonus of... What? I don't see them here. Unless this isn't working. Well, now how do we get the Rex, man? Professional caster? I mean, I just assumed that a random, you know, 10:20 a.m. my time would be... Like, why wouldn't it be live, man? Okay, now I need to find the frickin' Discord server. Because every tournament needs their own freaking Discord server. Alright, here we are. Right. Immediately mute the server, because you gotta do that every time. My god. Alright, let me get this guy. Sorry about that. To the grids anyway, yeah. Alright, let me set up the board do score. Alright guys, let me see how far Dave is. We'll try and catch up to him. Almost 20 minutes. Alright guys, Ethiopians here for Viper in the yellow to the west. And to the east in the blue as the Hindustanis. It will be DauT. So Hindustani's definitely a better civ in general. But Ethiopians can be good. I don't know why they're laughing. They have an emperor in a litter. Don't know what they're complaining about, but there's tons of fish here in the middle of the map. Owl. Anyway, this is just going to most likely play out like Baltic, but even smaller and more important to win water early on because there are so many fish. Breakfast was just fine. Anyway, Viper is doing the hybrid map thing. That was a good demo hit, though, from DauT. Meanwhile, hybrid maps are hybrid mapping still. Underwhelming demo hit there. DauT is forward. Viper is defending. Viper's on his way up to Castle Age. DauT is nowhere near Castle Age. DauT is on his way up, though. Still applying pressure here. And caught up with Dave. Alright, so sorry about that, guys. DauT actually is well ahead in terms of resources, interestingly. Done a great job of idling Viper's eco, then. 15, 16 dead vills here from Viper. Viper kills a couple of reinforcing crossbowmen, but DauT's still in a very good position forward here. Even without water. I mean, he's just killed a lot of villagers. And yeah, the double forward range from DauT does seem to be a success so far. Also, a mule cart for some reason. Eat your pines? What? Alright, Viper cleans that up there, but DauT's still 5 vills ahead. And Viper not yet adding in any more fishing ships, though he's grabbing Bowsaw. Of course, Ethiopians do with the faster fire rate, but that doesn't help as much as you would think if you're shooting, you know, microing back and forth and you're doing a ton of overkill damage regardless. Second TC for DauT. And he's still working with a very healthy economic advantage. Eat your pines, Ethiopians. Eat your pines only very, very barely sounds like Ethiopians. Still, do need to repair. Nicely done for DauT. Snags the Scorpion. And DauT's second TC is completed. And Viper still has yet to add in more fish. Even though there's like 10 gajillion fish here. And yeah, there's 7,000 food and fish here. University coming in here for Viper. And a little bit of a détente at this point. And there we go, Viper now adding in more fishing ships, but he is behind 39 to 53 actual villagers, and that is obviously a huge deficit. Third TC coming in from DauT. Viper's still stuck only on the 1 TC. He doesn't even have any access to stone. There is ballistics, and that certainly is no small upgrade, and with his water control, he's able to move right across the middle of the map to try and pressure DauT at home, and DauT is pretty darn undefended here. Been focused at trying to keep Viper in his base this whole time, but with the defensive Scorpion and defensive Watchtower out, it's going to be more difficult for DauT to actually pressure. DauT peppering the villagers on the woodline there as well, but he does not have ballistics himself. Defensive workshop is on the way. Anyway, DauT's gonna need to run for the TC. Ballistics is gonna be in it. These are the Ethiopian archers. Viper gonna be able to shoot and scoot faster, and this is exactly what Viper needs, as DauT is gonna end up losing 4 villagers all in a row, and that monk. And he's still not really gonna have a lot here to defend. There is a Scorpion coming out. It is still 3 TCs to 1. Although the 9 fishing ships are doing a lot to keep Viper in this game at this point. Horse Collar just now coming in. Viper only has had 3 farms anyway. It doesn't really matter that it's so late. 4th TC even coming in for DauT just to try and protect his villagers appropriately, as he has 4 vills on the stone. See, DauT has Town Watch. He's getting some outposts in. Maybe they even started with the outposts. They're kind of somewhat odd locations, but still very helpful. And with 2 Scorpions out here, it's going to be more to fend off the crossbowmen, although they can just kind of sneak by that way if you're not dying to TC fire. Oh, Scorpion is on the high ground. A wild llama? It's just a llama. It's not a wild llama. Viper's Emperor in a litter is over here. Anyway, DauT's gonna have to flee to the TC again. Still 2,000 resources ahead, though. Viper's gonna be ahead in resources destroyed, most likely, and indeed he is. Now we have Gill Nuts coming in as well. Probably even go with, like, a forward dock. Still, though, Viper only a single town center. Just a couple glasses of wine in them. Ah, yes. The party llamas. Just so long as it's not Carl from Llamas with Hats. He had a different kind of party going on. Hold a lot more dead bodies. Alright, no thumb ringing yet. Viper just gonna try and micro around over here. Had the rumblies. I mean, who doesn't get the rumblies sometimes? And sometimes, only hands can do that. Carl, that kills people! Whoa, hey! His hands? What? Where are his hands, Carl? Well, you see, I cooked them up and ate them. Carl, why would you do that? Oh my god. Guys, remember when the internet was a simpler time? Child lock should have been implemented. What? They weren't. Llamas with Hats and Charlie the Unicorn back. Was it 2006 or so? Homestar Runner. Flash games. Addictinggames.net. Oh my goodness. Newgrounds. All that good stuff. Alright, nice mangonel hit there for Viper. Ooh, big hit there for DauT though. Ooh. Well, Viper's crossbow numbers are looking lower, but he still has 30 in total. Hello, Metroid. DC now well on its way to getting eaten, and despite DauT having a large numbers advantage in terms of villagers and resources collected, if you can't take good fights against Viper, what does it really matter? And DauT is now going to switch into the almighty skirmisher, but he is really far on the back foot. DauT's own counterattacks at this point are really unimpressive. Am I typing with my boxing gloves? Not all of us can be strong bad. Needs more burninators, indeed. Alright, Mangonel's coming in this way. DauT trying to keep the TC standing. Again, DauT has around 50% more villagers. Both players lose a Mangonel. Oh, Viper does lose a second one, but so does DauT. And the Mangonel numbers are still in favor of the snack. In fact, he has 3 total. Again, Viper's 1 TC. He cannot lose this army, but he's also about to click up to the Imperial Age. Ooh. Was Strongbad the villain? Strongbad was the anti-hero. Alright, Imp on the way. Alright. Crossbow Blob is at half HP total. Viper doesn't even have a monk to heal them up, which would be nice. Well, he's got some wood over there. Oh, skirmishers are going to get some value. Another Mangonel coming out. all about the micro there. DauT's going to get the advantage in that one. Repairs are coming in, but Viper's still only a minute away for Imperial Age. Knight even going to charge in. That's going to help out versus the Mango. The Vils are getting sniped by Viper, and I feel like Viper is just playing way too clean to lose this game at this point. And just look at this KD. Viper's so heavily out-microing DauT. And honestly, guys, this is just one of those matchups where I feel like Viper just always has DauT's number. DauT? You don't. You would need to heavily out-micro Viper to do so. DauT went, you know, a lot on eco. Viper with a really nice counterattack, but DauT was unable to keep Viper at home. And that just put DauT in a really lousy position, and there is the GG called. Well, DauT had too much surface area to defend anyway. DauT's number? Well, yeah, I mean, DauT isn't quite at the level he used to be at. Not that I think he's really trying to at this point. I think DauT's mostly here for the lulz. Still, well done there for Viper. All in. Viper wasn't really all in, though, because DauT, despite adding in a bunch of TCs, never really had the resource lead until much later. What are you talking about, Giuseppe? Hera tryhards constantly. All he does. Now, it says here game 2 re, but I feel like that doesn't matter. So let me go check what Dave is doing, and if Dave launches into the re game, then I guess we'll launch into it. Otherwise, I feel like we can just go into the second game and be perfectly content. Him always? I know, me too. All right, so Dave is just getting into game number 2. Grandpa Rumble. All right, on another map that really just looks like Baltic with a monorem, which is the Feudal Age version. Investor there. No comment. No comment. But I think most people would say that other than Hera, GL does not overall have all the best players. Yeah, it's game 2. Oh, those chickens barely have any food on them. A big smile? Yeah, it's a :D smile. So I know this. Such as MBL and Sato and Mihai. Oh, some hot monorem on monorem action, and it's a Stormy Dog! Look at the Stormy Dog go! Oh, so majestic. GL is the huge favorite if there's a team tournament, although I'm not confident that that would be the case if they didn't have Hera. We jumped the shark. Are you questioning the Stormy Dog? Wow. I mean, Stormy Dog has literally been in the game since Age of Kings. It's a cheat code unit. I forget the name of the cheat. Anyway, Viper Yellow Persians to the southeast, DauT Blue Teutons to the west. This is a terrible matchup for Teutons. Stormy Dog just replaces the birds on the map. So, like the falcons and hawks and whatnot. And the macaws. I think DauT wins this then. Yeah. He needs to retreat. Okay, so they don't do any anti-ship bonus damage. Interesting. They just deal 3 damage a hit to each other. No, this is after a re. These are wrecks, so we know that this game was played out and it counted as game number 2. Viper getting housed in true Viper fashion. Research in Loom makes your villagers harder to kill. This is a little ugly, guys. 12 seconds idle time. Had to get Loom earlier, and he's still ahead, though, in villager count because he got the fishing ships out so quickly. Sorry, damn. Oh, my God. Well, Monorem is going to town here. Why does Chronicle stuff ever have to overlap with AoE 2? Even for HyperRandom, I still wish we didn't have anything Chronicles in the main game. Like, it was just a completely different data set, and never the twain shall meet. DauT was winning that fight, and now Viper gets a big downhill hit there, so that's kind of fail from DauT. Toss and let it be. No! I'm grumpy and old and curmudgeony. Also, they have a donkey. A donkey! Even more confusion? Yeah, with those gigantic pikeman-y things. Pole marks? Oh my god. Hot ramming action. Phalacocracy Cup? Yes. If there is a water rework, I am seriously none the wiser for it. Yeah, it's the same unit line. Monorem is the Feudal Age one, Birem is the Castle Age one, and Trirem is the Imperial Age one. Trirem. Trirem is indeed one of the devs. And HyperRandom? I assume it would. Anyway, Viper's still faster up to Feudal Age, and Persians are just so much of a better aggressive water civ than Teutons are, guys. I hate to say it. Trirem, exactly. That is the only appropriate way to talk about Trirem. Anyway, it's full-on galley rush. It's what you do. This map is still basically Baltic. Like 50% more gold, maybe a little bit more than a normal map, and over triple the stone of a normal map. And to be fair, both of these civs have extremely strong castles. DauT's coming forward, does not want to play the full water game, because why would you want to do that? No, we shake our fist at Nilly when it comes to anything involving tournaments or pathfinding. We shake our fist at Trirem and Cision when it's anything involving game design. You have to know to complain and shake your fist at the right people. Anyway, Barracks coming in. Now, DauT does have a lot more food banked up than his counterpart.
Yeah.
And DauT is coming... Oh my goodness, guys. That was about to be a Viper moment.
Yeah.
Oh, you bet I'm a pro at complaining and shaking my fist. Ooh, DauT's about to lose his Monorem. Galleys are up over here. DauT's 4 fishing ships are in jeopardy. I mean, he has 2 docks. But the amount that you're going to have to invest into this to even be competitive against Viper is not likely going to justify its cost. DauT's going to lose the fishing ships. Ketons and Wu. Exactly. All right, forward range coming in. Viper is still none the wiser. Although he is getting a stable of his own. Got a couple of fire galleys coming up. He's gotten to 5 fishing ships in total. There's still 1 fishing ship working over there that Viper has not scouted. Yes, it is unlucky for DauT to get 2 taunts on this map, but it's also how the tournament works. Sometimes you get unlucky. Well, I mean, DauT's forward has to do an immense amount of damage here, but DauT actually doesn't even have that much space to work with, because Viper could, in theory, once he realizes this, wall to the shoreline, and then it's just this 1 choke point here you need to defend. Anyway, DauT has a single fire galley. Viper doesn't really seem to be overreacting very much at all. In fact, he's not overreacting in any capacity. And random, I mean, you can still complain about luck, even if it's a luck-based game mode. I'm pretty sure people who lose at gambling are still able to complain about luck. Anyway, DauT does get a villager here, but it's going to be down to Viper to get some sort of defense. Remember, you don't start with the scout cavalry, so this is just Viper's first, but even that 1 scout's going to buy enough time here. It's okay to lose a Vil and have a little bit of idle time, so long as you're able to, at the end of the day, maintain control of the water. DauT, though, is trying to fight back on water. I'm just going to finish off that last Fisky Mother. And of course, the 2-ton tower rush is still something that you need to be concerned about. No, donkey! Guys, why is Shrek one of the best movies of all time? Shrek and Shrek 2. I will die on that hill. I mean, the tower's still probably gonna go up. Viper does feel the need to bring all the Vils forward, which, yeah, definitely the correct move. It's still a bit ugly, though. The skirmishers are out. The tower's gonna try and focus them down. Oh, those quick walls are very good from Viper, though. Well, yeah, those quick walls kind of are a disaster for DauT. Stable coming in forward as well. DauT is able to push back out on the water, though. Viper, completely cut his investment there. And this is going to be very good for DauT. Very good, in fact. I mean, on the one hand, this is kind of getting stuffed over here, but look at this, guys. Easy cleanup, but Viper clicks up to Castle Age. And this is just the advantage of having the fishing ships working so much sooner. That could be a very serious issue. You still have access to gold over there. Viper, though, is going to be out of food in, like, just a second, though. Like, just a second. Viper himself does have fletching. Archers are here, but honestly, they're not likely to get a whole lot done. They do snipe one of the skirms. Might be able to get another Vil. Of course, it's all about the micro. Viper's gonna grat. Those chickens have 20 food on them. Second minute? Exactly. Alright, Viper does clean up those units. Villager kills and overall KD very similar for both players, as DauT's now the one adding in more fishing ships. Yeah, Viper gonna add in a ton of farms here, and he's actually grabbing horse collar as well, which is nice. Well, that's actually a scout cab, which is nice. Yeah, I don't look at the quick walls either. They're barely nuggets. Yeah, it's like getting a 3-piece nugget meal, man. It's like all the calories with none of the actually getting filled up. Control of water? Well, DauT just kept on investing into fire galleys as soon as the forward happened, and then Viper was focusing entirely on the forward, and DauT was able to play Viper like a fiddle. It was actually very well done. I say actually like DauT is incapable of making good strategic plays. That's mean. No, DauT is still a very good player. That was a good play. Anyway, Knight is coming out across the map, but Viper simply can't afford War Galley. The hype is for them? Well, because it's very skill intensive. Audible. The world may never know. Anyway, DauT's trying to stonewall up here on the side, but it will not be in time. Okay, that was a fail from Viper. What? There was so much time for the knight to go in. Nagak. That is pretty funny. Second stable coming in. DauT is on his way up, and I don't know, Viper's incredibly suspect food income is, well, suspect. Wait, how did those units get over there? I guess they literally just walked around the side of the map. DauT, you have to be careful. Doesn't have any forward units, and if this knight was over here, it would be a really bad problem. Looks like those archers are safe for now. DauT is only a minute off from Castle Age. DauT still has his 6 fishing ships, and that actually represents his entire villager lead at this stage. I hear the growl of the jaguar. Is this a bad omen? Oh man, it's such a bad omen, guys. The Vill's gonna die to the jag, guys. The Viper's literally gonna lose 2 Vills to jags at this point. Oh, saves her! Nagek? But that's... Phonetically, in English, Nagek is how you would pronounce that. The Jags, yeah, who would have thought the Jags could win 2 days in a row? Why are those monkeys growling? It's weird. Anyway, DauT has just 1 scout in that stable. He's now getting +1 defense. Both players on the 1 TC. DauT is still 5 Vills ahead. His Viper's going to finally lose his last dock. A word in English? Well, no, but it is how my base pronunciation of it. And it's Cav Archers. Well, it's always frickin' Cav Archers, man. Anyway, knight coming on in. Viper doesn't even have Bodkin. DauT gonna have to skedaddle, though. That is 336 stone, which is kind of a weird amount. Viper with 118. There's the second TC. DauT's monk is almost out. So Viper might even need to delete both of those knights, honestly, which is not great. Whoa! Oh my goodness, Viper gets the perfect delete right there. He split the knights up enough to know which one was getting converted because you can see the direction the monk is facing. Okay, that was pretty cool. I mean, he still loses the other knight anyway, but yeah, that was cute. Looks like DauT is... No, DauT lost both of his forward villagers when they got walled in on the other side, Anduril. There's Bodkin coming in for Viper, although he's kind of running around the way that he knows is fully walled. Well, I guess this isn't walled, but hopefully DauT does recognize that fact. Now, Viper can redock basically whenever he wants, but DauT is going to have a huge fish boom here. No, the donkey! Yeah, not the biggest fan of trying to go this way. Unless DauT still doesn't, you know, build a stone wall right there, which would be kind of a fail. Unless DauT still doesn't build the stone wall there, which would be kind of... Okay, the house, I guess, is good enough. Gonna lose a Vil, but not the end of the world. Anyway, there's Viper's redocking attempt. I mean, DauT just doesn't have the way to get full coverage of the water. He only has 3 fire galleys left anyway. Monastery coming in here for Viper. Off gold, but DauT still has this gold over here. Viper can't do anything about that. DauT's going to add TC number 2 to the southwest. Viper with a TC way over here. Actually, look at this gold, like, way in the corner of the map. Well, more knights coming in from DauT. There are 4 camels from Viper, but the camels have no upgrades except husbandry. And the Teuton Knights, not the Teutonic Knights, the Teuton Knights, are going to have +2 defense, although no bloodlines. Yeah, we'll see if DauT has scouted it, though. Scouting is just so important in HyperRandom. See, DauT has not scouted it. Viper scouting is excellent, actually. Eating the monkeys? No, they are eating the monkeys. Knights are charging in. That monk's gonna die before the conversion can take place. Of course, it is the Teuton conversion resistance, but the TC is here. And with Bodkin in, DauT does not feel comfortable actually making this pressure happen. And this is where the actual available surface area you have to attack is so small as DauT. I mean, there just isn't that much distance between the edge of the map and the shoreline. That's really, really tough to make this work. Yeah, Viper has Husbandry, but no Bloodlines. DauT has neither. Of course, Teutons don't get Husbandry in the first place, but, you know. Yeah, no. Anyway, this is going to be brutal. Just the back and forth on water. DauT stops investing in water. Viper immediately, with the redocking attempt, gets War Galley, and the difference between Fire Galleys and Fire Ships is just monumental when it comes to sniping fish. And in case you don't know why that is, it's because of the extra bonus damage you get versus fishing ships. I think Fire Ships, or rather Fire Galleys, are the only unit in the game that doesn't get bonus damage against fishing ships equal to the amount of bonus damage it gets versus all the other ships. Which was done a long time ago, because Fire Galleys were way too good at sniping fish. Anyway, DauT trying to make this work. And he's going to get some vills here. Viper's still going to be way positive, though, in the vill KD, especially with, you know, him taking back water there. DauT trying to add more Fire Galleys. Doesn't have War Galley yet. He does have 2 TCs here to the west, however. As those fishing ships are having a real bad day. DauT has 1 relic. If we zoom out, looks like there are only 3 total relics on the map. Now, when it comes to late-game Navy, neither of these civs are great. It is true. Persians don't have Bracer or Shipwright, and Teutons, they don't have Elite Cannon Galleon or Shipwright or Dry Dock. And both Teuton and Persian castles are going to be very difficult to break from the water. Well, I mean, you can't even use Cannon Galleons. Actually, no, you can use Cannon Galleons with Siege Engineers. Or, yeah, Persians can still use Elite Cannon Galleons. Teutons can use the regular Cannon Galleons. It's just not going to be very easy to get against either castle with upgrade their Imperial Age unique tech. Anyway, Bosaw just now coming in for Viper, later than DauT, although Viper does have Wheelbarrow, which DauT does not. Res collected, still more or less even at this point. Viper, though, is way ahead in resources destroyed. As that fishing ship is going to go down, and Viper had almost tripled the villagers killed. Looks like Viper is getting his own 3rd TC. DauT gets a couple more bills for the road. Not a bad thing, but still. We have to be, I think, a bit concerned for DauT going forward. Here's the thing, guys. On the one hand, and again, I love that this is a classic AOC Civ matchup. 4th TC? Okay, man, I don't know how to count. Don't judge me. On the one hand, Persians are still going to have a naval advantage in general as the game goes on. That said, the actual pushing corridor is very narrow, as I mentioned earlier, and Teutons are going to love that fact. Mobility isn't usually a huge factor on this map. And no, a knight for 1 vill is not worth it at all. There would have to be a very weird game state where 1 knight for 1 villager is worthwhile. Viper queues up a bunch of demos, as DauT does have primarily fire ships. Yeah. Like I said, no Elite Cannon Galleon, no Dry Dock, no Shipwright. With yeah, I think so. Utilize those Prenelation castles. Also help you take control from the water. No, Viper's just Vill rushing. He says, "It's time, peasants. You must rise up against your oppressors." Yeah, the map still has a lot of stone on it. And again, both of these civs can get real campy with their castles. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. I'm sorry, I channeled my inner Dak Prescott there, as I so often do. Anyway, Castle of DauT. I mean, do I need to say anything? I don't think I do. I really don't think I need to say anything here. Viper literally escaped with all of his cav archers. That's around 18 bills, I think. Thereabouts. Also, Viper gets the downhill hit and DauT just taps out. Oh my god. The castles actually were one tile apart. And, I mean, he immediately has a ram behind it as well. Oh my goodness, guys. Like I said, Viper just has a very good matchup against DauT. Like, honestly, I think DauT would probably have a better chance against anybody in, like, the top 4 or 5, except for Hera. I mean, DauT did fine, you know, recognizing I don't want to face Persians on water early on, so he went with the forward. He did a really, really nice job of forcing Viper to invest into the defense, and then going back out on water, but Viper, the early eco lead from the fishing ships was just too great. He was up to Castle Age way faster, and that was a bit rough. Chiefs versus Bills vibes, or Chiefs versus Ravens vibes, or Ravens versus Ravens vibes. Viper up 2-0. Bears versus Everett. Alright. Again, we'll check Dave's stream so that we don't get ahead of him. And Dave is literally already in game 3, so we'll do the same. Alright, game 3. DauT's series life on the line. Now, I believe this is the winner's match. Yeah, it is the winner's match. DauT was able to beat freaking Andy 3-2. Viper 3-0'd Kapach. I think I did see that one. Goodbye, One Sparse. Alright, so DauT, he's not eliminated from the tournament yet, but if he loses this, but obviously would be put down to the loser bracket as they both start with the Karambit Warrior. DauT can be in the blue as the Slavs to the southwest. It's been announced, it sure has. I'll never start if they fake me? Yeah, exactly. What a smart person. So will DauT's IRL Civ bonus carry him through? Oh, it's a dingo! Since when have dingoes been in the game? I mean, a dingo is just a wild dog, like a coyote. Got some llamas here. Anyway, Viper's gonna be the yellow Armenians here to the northeast. Oh, lots of oysters. Oyster City. And a few fish. Definitely worth it to dock. The llamas are hatless, that's true. And yes, dingoes are Australian wild dogs. Actually, are dingoes and coyotes the same animal? No, they're not the same animal. They're distinct species of canids native to different continents with different origins and characteristics. Dingoes are ancient domestic dogs found in Australia, where coyotes are native North and Central American canids resembling a smaller wolf. Hunting type. Okay, so coyotes are still a bit more like wolves, whereas dingoes are actually wild dogs. Wait, Viper is question marking? Did something happen while I was researching dingoes? I can't answer. Oh. something like that happened. DauT coming in here to the south from DauT. Yes. I mean, coyotes live around us, where I live, but we don't have wolves around us. See coyotes sometimes. And DauT's gonna be mining, actually. Now, as far as Slavs versus Armenians goes, considering it's a land map with a fairly long rush distance, I actually think I prefer Slavs a little bit. Heard coyotes? Yeah, I've seen and heard them. But I live near a prairie. I know, guy who lives in Illinois lives near a prairie. Actually, I live near several. Swamps and prairies. After centuries? Yes, I have heard about that. That's very good. Shepherds certainly aren't. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, DauT's on his way up to Feudal Age. Again, longer rush distance. I feel like Slavs power up better over time. And Armenians are just like a solid balanced civ for land maps, but in this sort of situation, I feel like Slavs can actually be very, very good. Quick walls. I was researching dingoes, which, I mean, that's probably the most appropriate thing possible. What do you think we do on the stream? Nope. Aztecs have the Coyote Warriors in AoE 3. Also, look at this little guy. Oh. Did you know that it's more difficult being a corgi than any other creature in the animal kingdom? Alright, DauT's just not coming in with a mill here, opening scouts, nothing terribly wild about that. Viper getting his own double bit axe upgrade. Of course, Armenians are going to be extra happy about that. DauT does have 4 extra fishing ships as well, so faster up and with more fishing ships, and he's ahead in resources, so a very, very good start from DauT. And the Krambit's actually here to harass the fishing ships. What, Viper, you're going to make a demo raft for 1 Karambit? What? Oh, now we've given up. If Viper demos 1 Karambit, I'm going to be very disappointed. What the heck, man? Guys, I don't know how to say this, but a demo raft is more expensive than a Karambit warrior, and not by a small amount. Oh my god, Viper loses his to the Komodo dragon finally. One v2. Oh my god. I mean, DauT's ahead by 5 bills, 5 fishing ships to 0. I mean, Viper's just getting hybrid mapped right now. DauT has 4 scouts, he's grabbing an archery range, and I mean, everything seems all fine and dandy for him. Viper's only just now started his archer production. There's a fire galley here to the south, which is exactly what Viper should have made to deal with the Karambit, because fire galleys, yes, they do kill Karambits in low numbers. I've got a couple spearmen here, so we'll have to see if DauT can actually get any, meaningful damage done. Quick walls there are going to help out a little bit, as Viper is slowly but surely going to be walling to the edge of the map. Got some more archers coming out. Some more scooter bugs. Yeah, Spearman there is just gonna get tag teamed. Bloodline's coming in for DauT, so he still does feel like investing into Feudal Age. And is going to be moving forward with his own ranged units and even has fletching, so DauT's clearly interested in continuing to get some pressure on. Viper has no such blacksmith upgrades, and again, DauT is way ahead in resources relative to the stage of the game. Yeah, DauT's Villa is still alive here. Well, defensive watchtower here for Viper. Honestly, the scouts could easily come in and help take the fight. Spearmen are forced forward, but with the assistance of DauT's fletching ranged units, that could be doing pretty well. That said, the tower will come in, and Viper's micro is excellent. And DauT is forced back for now. Viper has 4 fishing ships of his own, but DauT is on 6. And counting, I mean, again, there's tons and tons of gold here to take, if nothing else. Well, you don't need any gold miners. You can just focus all your bills on the farming as DauT. Honestly, that's a pretty good use for the fishing ships, right? Because normally Slavs are kind of sad having to fish boom because it means you're not taking advantage of your very good farming bonus. But in this case, you can fish boom and you can farm. A blacksmith? No. But the point still stands. I mean, or he had a blacksmith now, but Viper's on his way up to Castle Age. Simply investing way less into Feudal Age than DauT did. I'm sorry, guys. I hear the chicken noise. I have to impersonate the chicken noise. Stone walls and a stone gate coming in for Viper as well. But it's not too clear what he wants to do in Castle Age. He's still only on 1 archery range with low numbers of ranged units. Mining a lot of gold as well. That's on his way up too. That didn't have to use the market whatsoever. And again, he's going to get like a decent number of farms in, although I would like to see Horse Collar. And looks like DauT's going to continue to get some cav upgrades. Viper's going to go for a stable of his own, so it looks like cavalry is going to be the choice here for both players. Exactly what we expect from infantry civs. Alright. Germs and scouts coming in here looking to get some damage done. Fletching just now coming in. We got a knight on the way. There's 1 out on the field. Still, DauT is the one who's dictating the fight so far. Well, got some more knights coming out here from Viper. DauT now grabbing a monastery. Both players on the 1 TC. Viper grabbing Armenian Bowsaw, which is nice. Still at 9 fishing ships to 4, though, in favor of DauT, and that does represent the villager discrepancy. Oh? We are now going to change direction as a corgi. Well, pikeman is in, but you don't have any actual pikemen. And again, it's just 1 range, 1 barracks, 1 stable. It's not really like Viper's teching into anything in particular. Meanwhile, DauT is adding in 2 extra TCs, and his eco looks a lot smoother. I mean, all these fishing ships help out. It's kind of atypical, but being able to gather the gold like that, DauT does not need a single mining camp. It'll just have everybody here on food and wood. I'd like it even better if he had more eco upgrades, but, you know,
Приказание.
pretty decent still. Is built like a Twinkie, indeed. Alright, 7 vills on stone for Viper, so we could be looking at composite bowmen in the future. That with a few units here at the back. Pikemen are going to shoo away these cav units, I think. I think they also might be attacking uphill. Uh-oh. Okay, Viper's quick balls there are again good. Also being somewhat distracted. The monks are here able to jump into the fortified church. And the relics could arrow down the monk. Oh my goodness. Still, Viper's eco is getting idle. And like, look at the resource advantage for DauT right now, guys. This is wild. 20 vills on food. Viper has 10 farms. DauT has a number that's way bigger than 10. 22. Over double. Alright, Bowsaw coming in. Not just any farms, they're very special farms. It's still probably gonna need to jump into the monastery there. Or the fortified church. Pikemen still have no upgrades other than Pikemen itself. And it just feels like DauT is completely dictating the pace of the game. Viper is scrambling and he's not really getting anywhere. He's not developing an army, he's not developing an eco. Oh, this is nice. This is definitely nice. DauT not at all in a position to defend here. Oh my god, Viper is absolutely doing what he needs to do here. DauT is not reacting! He's making a fire galley, but oh no. Honestly, this probably should have been walled off a long time ago as all those units go down. 10 eco kills right there for Viper. It's not pretty on the other side. It's now a Mangonel is also being brought to bear. Are Warrior Priests just as strong as Longswords? Basically, yeah. But they also take a ton of bonus damage from Light Cav. Well, 2 relics in at least for Viper, and the fortified churches are so good at buying you time. Actually, 3 relics. And not paying content. Dungeon contest and your opponent's DauT. Oh no. 4th TC here for the DauTster. Villager numbers, though, are now much, much closer. Viper's macro has otherwise actually been quite solid, and the eco upgrades are at least comparable. And here we go. Castle coming in from Viper and some composite bowmen could certainly be a nice help against the knights. Monk upgrades and infantry, that is correct. Yeah, DauT, I mean, all of his gold was on the fishing ships, which is great for when that's relevant, but yeah, now he's dropping the TC on the gold, getting those mining upgrades. And that castle isn't actually happening right now. Uh-oh, and now the ram is coming in too. That's going to put pressure on the actual HP value of the castle, and this could be getting really awkward. Oh, Insta! But the knights are gonna charge forth. The castle's still coming along. DauT's macro is not perfect. And it's not the prettiest, but Viper is getting that castle down. Alright, gonna need to punch down the the ram. DauT just now getting wheelbarrow. He probably should have had it a while ago. DauT's gonna be on 3 relics himself. Looks like the map just has 5 relics, and we will have 3-3 total. Of course, Armenians get a relic. The castle up, down, up. What's the difference? Alright, well, knights are gonna find their way in there, and look at that, the swordsman upgrades are oh, now they queues up cav archers. Never mind, it's just CA. Like, once upon a time, DauT going CA was like, wow, what a wild play. And I was just like, oh man. More CA. Another castle coming in here from Viper, and the composite bowmen here are helping out. How are things in Chicago? Yeah, there's like a lot of tumult going on, but I don't really know all that much about it, as I still live pretty far from it. Alright. Imp on the way for DauT. Viper isn't horrendously far, but, I mean, he's getting a lot of value here. But DauT's honestly doing the exact same thing on the other side. This is just getting really messy really fast. Alright, so the dust is starting to settle. DauT still has 25-ish more villagers. Another TC over there to the west. These knights haven't been cleaned up quite yet. DauT still doesn't have a clear tech direction, though. I mean, in theory, I think it's going to want to be infantry plus siege. But it still doesn't feel like you're quite there yet, and right now DauT's getting light cav upgrades. Insta! It wasn't actually Insta. Datinet's coming. Does DauT want to go Boyars? Against composite bowmen? Started this? I don't know, Flogi. You all messed up. You can fish gold and you can mine this gold, although you can't build a mining camp on the shallows. Well, Datinet's is in. You can spam all the castles you want. DauT is back to 0 gold income, which is obviously suboptimal. It's probably part of the reason he's going for light cav at the moment. Although the upgrades on them are still not super exciting. Still, DauT's almost to imp. And here comes the forward castle from DauT. Uh-oh. I mean, more pikemen are on the way, but there's still only 2 in total. DauT's, of course, immediately going to queue up a Treb. This castle's coming on in. Worth rewatching? Oh, I mean, they're just Viper being pretty dominant, honestly. Well, it's not really troops from one city. They're federal troops. Federal troops are ICE, which is, again, federal. So, like, in old-timey terms, it would be like the king sending in the army to quash a rebellious city. Obviously, that's not actually what's happening, but, you know, same vibe. Anyway, another castle coming in over here. Viper is picking up Bracer. DauT still needs that gold income as, I guess, getting some decent hits against the composite bowman there. Still, the DauT's upgrades are not super impressive, and that's a lot of villager time, honestly, spent smacking away at a archery range. Viper going to try and add another TC at the back. I mean, the armor upgrades don't matter against the composite bowman, but you still want the attack upgrades, and the armor still helps out a lot versus the defensive buildings. That said, DauT is going to get this castle, and if Viper only has, you know, 2 castles, it's not the best for his composite bone in production. This castle is still I don't know about that, actually. Uh-oh. Doughty, doughty, doughty. He's still just making light cav. It's really not very exciting. DauT loses all the vills. Oh my god. Yeah, even when DauT got a big lead, I was still honestly wondering, it's versus Viper, though. Again, DauT does have gold here at the back. There's 39,000 left on the map, which is about like the base starting gold in the game. Early one, and it wasn't covered by the earlier one, and there were no army there. Huh? I mean, I guess the castle did go down. I mean, Viper just killed a lot of ills. But, like, Viper still cleans up this army, no problem. I mean, yeah, Viper didn't have map control, but it's not like he was dead in the water. He still had a castle, and DauT couldn't easily pressure this castle at all. The Doubtster, indeed. More bizarre stuff happening, though.
Well.
Flogi with the 39 months. Thank you so much, Flogi. And let's make sure that Dave is in the next one before we ourselves jump into it. And he is indeed. Ah, the trade workshop, the most important building of all. Anyway, here with the Civ disadvantage, probably, will be DauT in the blue as the Sicilians to the southwest, and to the east in the yellow as the Hindustanis, it will be Viper. Now, although the trade workshops do show up on the minimap with their weird little trade workshop logo, I don't think... I mean, trade workshops by default don't do anything. Like, they literally do nothing. Now, on some maps that you have them generate extra resources, but that's not actually what they do by default. So I think that these, again, are just kind of there. So, game number 4, we do have 2 pawns in the middle of the map. They also start with a trade cart. Oh, sorry, an emperor and a barrel. Even better. Michi-style map. We've gotten pretty close to a Michi-style map, and this isn't that far off from it. It's kind of like the campy map from the previous series. Very few ways to actually get at your opponent. It's really, really easy to wall these choke points, but water control is going to be essential here. Again, these are wrecks, so this game counts. Yeah, let's kind of see what the plan is. I do think Hindustanis are probably just a better civ in general, especially as this is a map that's likely to go fairly late. So we'll have to see. Lot of space between the players, though. Anyway, though, guys, oh. I'll BRB. Ugh. Trying to not use words that the Corgi would understand, but he's too smart for me. One sec. Alrighty.
Oh.
30% of all businesses in the world. You know, got killed in the middle. Something of doubts. Probably his emperor in a barrel. They did dock the same pawn, though. Oh my goodness, look at all these boars here. Oh my goodness, there's almost 3k food in boar meat. Second dock coming in for DauT, and he's still up much faster than Viper, so he'll easily win water. This Viper clicks up, like, right now, but I don't think he is. Yeah, guys, I went to buy some bok choy yesterday, and with the tariffs, it cost me $9 for a head of bok choy. $9. It was more expensive than the chicken I got with it. Like, wow, isn't that fun? Yeah, exactly. And I was just putting it in my stir fry like I normally do. But, like, what the heck? Anyway, Viper's getting himself walled up, and he's got a few fills. Is he going to be going for the viscous baby sheep? Cabbage? I mean, honestly, I didn't look at the price. And also, I was making pod CU. Oh my god. I mean, I didn't look at the price of the bok choy because I'm used to paying like $3 to $4 for it. Yep. Oh, it's gonna go down, guys. Nothing you can do. Yeah, I had to pay $9. I mean, I could have just gone back and gotten some other cabbage. Or something else, but at that point, like, I'm already at the checkout. So it's like... And I was in a rush, too. Delicious food? Well, yeah, it's just, you know, you want to enjoy the cheap local foods that other places use to make the food of those other places. Anyway, Dad has a sergeant on the field. Where did he build the DJ? Oh, he actually built it at home, interestingly. But again, bok choy isn't normally very expensive. Those places? Well, I think you should be able to enjoy the foods of other places without actually having to live there. Yeah, I'm not too sure why he's going goulams either. Like, goulams don't really feel very good versus the sergeants. I mean, goulams still have fairly low base attack, and sergeants have a lot of armor. I mean, they'll still possibly be, you know, castle age units versus feudal age units, as DauT's just now getting his 2 eco upgrades. But, I mean, he's still probably fine. Also, did DauT ever find his own boars? I mean, he's getting some extra mouflon. Actually, is Viper the only one with the boars in the first place? Kinda looks like it. Because of costs? Jeez. Also, I've been having some trouble seeing recently. Like, past, like, 20 feet, even with my contacts in. So I'm like, I need to schedule an appointment with the optometrist. And then my mom's like, well, I don't think your insurance covers vision. Like, what do you mean? Why on earth wouldn't my health insurance cover me going to the eye doctor? Like, I can't afford to spend, like, $300+ just to get my eyes checked, man. It's separate? Yes, but why is it separate? I already have to pay like 26 a month for dental. Yeah, seriously.
Namaste. Adesh? Natayaru.
Left and right eye, yep.
Natayaru.
Alright, Viper's gonna castle the middle at the very least. So right between the two ponds, but DauT is on his way up as well. And it's not like there's a ton of deep fish here. I mean, those snapper have barely any food on them. The box turtles and shorefish have a good amount of food, but it's still obviously a fairly slow gather rate for the fishing ships. Capitalism? Yeah, seriously. Like Thailand. Stuff north. I mean, this is just a bunch of resources. Holy cow, this is a lot of forage bush food. 310 on one forage bush patch. A boar farm. Well, Viper's got his gulams out. Which, instead of DauT countering with the unit that has 4 melee armor, is deciding to go for knights instead. On water map so far? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we are. I mean, I'd say that probably like 75% of the maps have like some amount of water on them. Oh, block! Nice block. Why is he going CA, man? My god. Why? Man, maps, I don't think that's true for 90% of pro players, though. Go Sicilian, yeah. Tournament organizers? Tournament organizers take a lot of input from players and what they prefer. Not like 100%, but yeah, they take a lot of input. Imagine sergeants, yeah, if only you had a good melee unit against gulams that just crushed them. Thinking KOTD? I thought he didn't. He said he didn't, but clearly he has changed his mind. I mean, I'd say like a lot of the top 12 players would want Arabia, Kawasan, and Land Madness to be in every tournament. Not like Kawasan, because the games are usually super boring and snowbally, and there's like 3 viable civs. The ghost of the kids he's murdered cheese. Anyway, it's 2 TCs to 3 in favor of Viper, although DauT is ahead in the overall Vil count. DauT snags a monk over there. And DauT just now starting to mine some stone. But not really adding in any extra TCs yet. Also, did I say Viper's on 3 TCs? He's on 2 TCs himself. DauT almost 2,000 resources ahead, though. Hey, Gulams have 5 pierce armor, guys. They're basically Eagle Warriors in terms of movement speed and pierce armor. With 5 more HP, more attack, and the pass-through damage. The size of the land, so what, 2 tiny land masses? Hey, Gulams are still doing their Gulami things. That adds a 3rd TC. Was there a boom? Looks like a couple of Gulams died to a demo raft. Bitcoin statue? Oh my god. I mean, Trump, I think, does want to make his own golden currency with his face on it, except there was a law passed in the long, long ago time that you can't have anybody's living on a currency. Tornaces, 4 legs per one. Living use. Yeah, that's true. Well, the CA finally go down. DauT adds in another TC. He's making more CA. He's got 1 relic. Viper has 3 relics. It's like that. Yeah. That's all true. Epstein. I don't think that one was commissioned by the Trump administration, though. Could be wrong, though. You never know these days. DauT's losing everything to the Gulams, guys. Wouldn't it be amazing if Sicilians had a unit that was good against the Gulam? If only, man. What the heck is happening? This isn't even a mobility-oriented map. Just, like, wall up, go for a huge boom, make some sergeants to defend where you need to, and it's just... Oh my god. And a couple of galleys on the way. I mean, Viper's doing all of this off 1 castle in the first place. He's got good upgrades on his Gulams. It's just missing iron casting. And arson, I guess. Those walls aren't done. But, like, these walls could have come in a very long time ago for DauT. They even build faster. Gobble gobble. Can't. No, I'm just talking about the game because it's frustrating. The Viper just keeps on flooding into more Gulams. Another Donjon is on its way, but DauT doesn't have ballistics or his bodkin. And this is just so bad for DauT, guys. He was really far ahead in this game, mind you. But it might actually be over, because DauT refused to make a unit that was good against what his opponent was making. Even Knights would have been perfectly fine. It does open you up, I think, a little bit more to monk play. But especially if you aren't fully walled yet, then the Knights make a lot of sense. Oh yeah, isn't it the 1-year anniversary of the Hamas attacks? Or was that 2 years ago? I'm pretty sure it was October 7th, though. 2 year. Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is a nightmare for DauT to deal with. Like, the population is still nominally okay, but it's just so bad, especially relative to what it could be. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure the walls still aren't done yet. Okay, remember, Sicilians do build walls faster. Although they don't have fortified wall. But Viper should be getting a pretty significantly faster Imperial Age. I mean, like, the eco difference is just gigantic now. It is ballooning. Also, Viper's got his own docks incoming. DauT doesn't even have War Galley yet. Date to celebrate the peace process? What is it in terms of celebrating? It was a horrible attack. What? Over 1,000 people died and a few hundred were kidnapped? And then, in order to delicately handle the situation, the IDF decided to obliterate Gaza? Oh, man. Anyway, Grand Trunk Road incoming. Just how grand do you think this Road of Trunks is, guys? Like, I mean, how many elephants worth of trunks are we talking here? Or is it a single trunk that is just, you know, absolutely magnificent? Is it like the elephant that, was it Zunisha or whatever from One Piece? The elephant that holds up Zhao? He would be a loafer. He would be a Slay King. Easily. Or a Snorlax, of course. Canada invades, yeah. That smoking purple thing? Oh, wheezing. Lol. I mean, now DauT's starting to take more efficient fights. But Viper is an imp. His eco is now so much better. He's also got 4 relics to 2. He's also got extra gold secured and extra stone secured. That I don't think DauT has access to. I'm like pretty sure DauT doesn't have access to it. In fact, this would be the other side that DauT would theoretically have easier time accessing, but it's not really the case. Grand Trunk Road relics? Well, so 4.4 relics. Almost an extra half relic. Tank McDonald's commercial, yeah. Smog. Yeah, the old Pokemon names went pretty hard. In terms of just the most obvious stupid thing possible. Looking at you, Seal. Mogged. Alright, Onager coming in for Viper. He's got a couple cannon galleons, some hand cannoneers. I mean, all that's perfectly fine. Siege Workshop here on the high ground. Oh, castle coming in. More galleons. Now, late game Hindustanis I don't think have shipwright. No, they don't have shipwright, and they don't have dry dock either. Wait a minute. No, they had to have more stuff than that. Oh, wow, they actually do miss more. Yeah, they don't have heavy demo ship, fast fire ship, dry dock, or shipwreck. I think they had at least one of them. Well, your cannon galleons get extra armor. That's something. It actually does help them versus these fire ships. Anyway, Shiitagni's now in. And, I mean, Hindustani late game should be a lot better than Sicilians. ECG coming in, bombard cannons coming in, Viper just getting all the gunpowder. Ah, here's the onager cut. I'm not sure if Sicilian crop rotation can save you. I mean, again, this isn't really a fun and fair late-game matchup for Sicilians in the first place, much less if they're far behind in eco and in timing. Although, honestly, like, could Cavalier Halb work with the reduced bonus damage? I mean, if we're talking, like, a situation where it's, like, Arena, or just a less campy map in general than this map that's more, like, DF-ish, honestly, it might not be that bad. I mean, like, again, that's not the situation here for DauT, and DauT is completely sunk, but... Yeah, again, if this were Arena, I think Cav Halb with the reduced bonus damage and the fact that that bonus was improved recently, I think that could work. Like, your most efficient army against that is, of course, Imp Camel Hand Cannoneer, but one, that's hard to get to, two, it's hard to sustain, and three, you take less bonus damage from both of those units. Especially if, like, maybe you can mix in some siege rams as well. I wouldn't hate it. Or at least I wouldn't hate to try it. But I do think Sicilians are a really underexplored civilization. They have more options than you think. And with the improvements to their bonus damage reduction, that really helps. I mean, hand cannoneers only get, what, 6 bonus damage versus infantry instead of 10. And the fact that your infantry is pretty well armored anyway. Anyway, this is not going to be very impressive. Your skirms are really good in the skirm war because of the reduced bonus damage. Imp camels do 40% of 18, so whatever 1.8 times 4 is, so... But the Imp camels deal around 4 less... Yeah, around 4 less bonus damage, right? Plus you get the extra armor. Oh yeah, Imp camels will still obviously counter them, but it's not going to be as big as it could be. No elite cannon galleon for Sicilians. That's the only thing you miss at the dock. Yeah, 7.7k army value for Viper. Wow. So 7.2 less damage for the Imp camels? Like, that's not insignificant. And it's actually, in practice, 8.2 because of the 1 extra armor you get from Hoberk. So that's almost half the bonus damage to get. I mean, again, camels will still win, don't get me wrong. But you mix in a few halbs to help out there as well, and I think that it's totally workable. Oh. Castle was canceled by... I mean, guys, this isn't much of a game. First Crusade! The Viscous Baby Sheep are here. Just missing Blast Furnace. Oh, wow, I actually did not snipe the castle there. Well, it is full of villagers, to be fair. And there's the GG call. DeViper will take the series 3-2-1, and I think advance out of the group stage, just like Sato did. Let's double check the brackets in a second. Hindustani's missed the last armor upgrade, remember? Oh no, because Sato was in the first round still. Yeah, so Viper is the first player to advance to the playoffs. Anyway, guys, tomorrow will be, I think, the same deal. Kapach versus Andy. Yeah, still starting at 8 a.m. my time. And I'll try later today to finish up. I think I could finish up the history of the Civs video. And yeah, we'll try and do that. And should be fun. See you guys tomorrow.